this energy is familiar. It has come through quite a few times in the past few years about, it's like an outside party. It's like this invisible control, which I know can sound human control. Maybe that's a better way to say it. It feels like somebody's watching you. Sorry, I just heard that song. It does feel like an outside energy or force or group, or I don't know. And it's also giving the energy and of like, oh, it's fine. They'll get out of it. They always do. It's something like that, where it's like they continuously do harm or damage intentionally. It was at first, it felt more like to see your real strength, or to see your abilities, or to test you. Again, all of this was disturbing to me, and has been over the past few years as it comes through, because it's not to your awareness. It's not of your free will. It's not, you don't know you're being tested. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the universe working with somebody, because sometimes I've gotten that confused myself when I'm working with the universe. Sometimes it's like, now, wait a minute. And maybe this is why I can't put my thumb on any of this. It's very, can be confusing in that manner, where, what is it? It's like they have tested you so many times that they do punch you and you fall down, and you always get back up. And it gives that a feeling of, there was a phase where they kept doing it, and then it was like, well, you passed because you've gotten up so many times. But it almost, you got yourself up so well each time that it was almost like being done intentionally. One could argue to strengthen you even more. Another could argue out of fascination. It was almost like, that actually can't be. So then it was almost like testing to the point where they wanted to break you so they could feel better, because they couldn't understand your strength. And so then it's, if you hear it that way, it's cruel. It's like, it was always cruel, but this is like intentionally malicious and harmful. And again, I'm sure they could argue just to strengthen you, but it's horrific. And now it's something more. I can't seem to see it's something more. It's like now they're addicted to doing that. It's almost like taking your life as a joke, like not giving you any consideration that you have a life, like playing with your life. They're playing with your life, or they're playing with, and it's hurtful, it's painful, it's cruel, it's malicious. But it's like almost like they're addicted to it and can't stop. But they've told so many other people that they also are addicted to it and can't stop. And so it's like people won't let you be, or something. It's like even those who move on, even those who like wake up to the cruelty of it, like, wow, we're really not getting anywhere, and we actually are just continually harming somebody, like continually knocking somebody down, and they continually get up. And so what's actually being accomplished? They'll get bored of it. They'll finally get bored of it. But they've let others onto it, that it's like it keeps rippling out. So even though they get bored from it and move along, they've already alerted new people, and those new people have alerted new people. And so the phase out of people like leaving you alone or getting over it or stop harming you seems to never fucking end. And nobody seems to fucking care, because it's also this attitude of, they'll get up, they always do. But it's never like they're all living from that lack mindset, or that challenge mindset, or that comparison, or that forced sport, that kind of thing, where it's like nobody gives a fuck that that's cruel and malicious, and why can't they thrive? What are you all so scared of them thriving, that you have to keep putting them down? But what I'm suggesting, and what it's showing, and what it feels like, is they truly don't care. It is like some secret society or some outside, but it feels also invisible. I don't know. I don't understand. It's like, It's like I just got like a wave of exhaustion. I think it does. It feels exhausting. It feels okay. They're letting me see from the person's point of view now too, and it does. It feels exhausting, and it feels almost like insane because it's not visible. It's not known. But so then it's like, what are you fighting? The unknown, the unseen? But are you fighting lower energies, your lower self versus your higher self? Like I don't know. I'm not sure I understand. What's actually occurring. Like are they in their own mental prison? Like is it self-sabotage or is it just habitual? It's what they're familiar with, afraid of their own success. But it feels like they can't even get to any of that. It's like they're in the loop or the cycle of falling and getting back up, but they're never out of that loop. Doesn't feel good. They don't want to be there, but they don't know what they're fighting to get out of their own way. And they can't get out of their own way because it does seem like an outside force. It doesn't seem like it's necessarily, but that also doesn't make sense to me. That's why I'm like, it has to be an internal battle, but it doesn't seem as such. It's quite confusing. And so what is that? It's like they almost seem aware of how insane it could sound. So it's like, who do you even ask for help? It's like have no proof, you have no whatever. And it's also, you're aware that it sounds insane, which means you're likely not insane, but it's, it's like you don't know how to explain it maybe. And what can be done? Yeah, it's like, unless somebody in that invisible group steps up and like helps you or tells you the truth maybe, or shines a light on something or gives you answers, or I don't know. I want to say just go within and do your best. I want to say try not to focus on it. That's what I want to say. I want to say focus on what you do want and keep going there. But even in saying that, they keep showing it's almost like damn near impossible because the outside factors keep knocking you down every time you get up and focus there. So it's like they want you to get to helpless and hopeless. They want you to get to a place where, why bother? It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. And so I want to tell you, of course, fight through that. That's ridiculous. Don't allow that energy to come through. You have to keep your focus there. That said, easier said than done, based on what they're showing me. I can see why it would actually make more sense, ironically enough, it really would make more sense for this person to give way to that energy, because it just seems like they're fighting a very steep uphill battle. Like it almost seems ridiculous. It almost seems more sensible to give way to it, because it's like they're not going to stop and you're not going to win, so why fight it? And yet every bone in my body is like, well, no, you can't give way to that shit. But so what is that in me? Is that like, it's that stubbornness, or it's that mentality that fuck you, right? Like, like anybody taking anybody else's free will away is, it's very bothersome. Oh, there was something else around that. There was something around free will this morning that they were bringing through that it really does agitate me. It really does rub me the wrong way. It's this force. It's this inflexibility, people unwilling to allow others to be, but forcing them, pigeonholing them, making them, bending them. Why are we doing this to other humans? This inability to love oneself and love others is why people just don't. It's like unnecessary harm. It's so unnecessary. And yet it's done all the time. There was I wish I could remember, because I remember thinking at one point, it was a really good conversation. If I can recall it more later, I'll come on with another one. But it was a really good conversation. And when we got to the end of simplifying it all the way down, I remember saying, oh, wow, is that just really naive of me? Which does come back to that oftentimes, where I'm just, it does seem like childish or naive to think such. It's like I'll learn more, I'll understand more, and when you can see more, it does become dreary, right? But it's like then I'll want to just see through my heart, and everything becomes bright and colorful and lively again. And it's almost like sometimes the two can't match. Maybe that's what it is. It's like my mind can be very mature with knowledge, not necessarily wise, but mature with knowledge, where my heart doesn't match. It can be so pure and innocent and childlike. And so when the two try to merge, it seems like a real challenge, where my heart doesn't understand why my mind does what it does, thinks what it thinks, says what it says. Because it's like my heart is wise and can see past it, that knowledge. And it's so wise, it's back to innocence and pure and true. Where my mind can intellectualize and rationalize and justify in all types of ways that can prevent the integration and alignment with my heart. And yet my heart is big enough, wise enough, and has the capacity to accept that and love my mind anyway, which my mind fights and cannot understand, because it's just a machine, a brain, and knows such and understands such, so it doesn't understand love and doesn't know how to let it satiate it. It's like it's the oil it needs, and yet it's like, oh, but I'm not worthy of it. I'm a machine. And yet it needs it. It requires that oil. So it's like a slow and steady process of the integration. It's something about that too. It's like trust the process, and it's going to take time, because it's like so rusty or creaky or dry or something like this that you can't, it takes the time it takes. It's like they're showing an image of like, it literally takes the time it takes for it to be done correctly, because too quickly or too slowly, both are incorrect in that. It's like showing a rusty, old, damaged. It could just brittle and break away, or it'll jump out if it gets scared, versus, the slow and steady and at the exact right pace. Or it can oversaturate and won't even sink in, and it'll be worthless as well. So it's showing a sponge cake. And maybe they're saying everybody's different, right? Like others, they just soak it up, no problem, and it just satiates and fills them beautifully. In any case. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. If you would like to support this channel, you can find more information in the notes below.